Shalom. Last week I had Marissa and Mitchell Latzman with me, and they celebrated their bar and bat mitzvah last Sabbath afternoon. And their Torah portion was Lech L'cha. Well, guess what? I have with me today Madison Franz, and she is becoming a bat mitzvah on Shabbat morning, this Shabbat morning, and guess what? Her Torah portion is also Lech L'cha. How can that be? Well, when you bring the Torah out on Shabbat afternoon, you read a little bit of next week's Torah portion, and that's why on our YouTube station we have two episodes in which we investigate and we explore the meaning of Lech L'cha. Well, Madison, you have been studying Lech L'cha, and I know you've written a very nice Devar Torah. I heard you practice it last night, and it was really interesting. Now, after having studied it, what do you think the main message is for you and for perhaps other people watching our broadcast today? What do you think?
To go and find yourself. To go forth and find yourself. Yeah.
God commands Avram, that is Abraham before he became Abraham, to go forth, to go to himself. How does a person do that? What does a person leave behind, and what does a person go toward when finding herself or himself?
They would leave behind things they knew already and were used to, and they used their everyday lives, and they would go and basically go out into the world and find new things that would affect them in their new lives.
So you need to kind of get out of your comfort zone, to leave all the things that you are familiar with, and to maybe test yourself a little bit in the world. Now, when you go out to explore the world, as you know you're beginning to do as a young person, what do you have to keep in mind? What sort of parameters, what sorts of guidelines should you keep as you explore the world?
Well, you should have what you're looking for. If you're looking to find new things about yourself or things that you didn't know about yourself, and you should also look for a timeline, how long you want it to take you to find yourself and whatever you were looking for.
Do you think Avram had some rules by which he guided his search for who he was? Do you think that we as Jews also have our guidelines, and what might they be?
Well, I think he must have used God's rules towards himself, how many things you want him to find new, and timeline. And I think when Jews go out today, the 21st century, to find new things about themselves, they do by conservative, orthodox, reforms, which everyone fits their category. They go by if they eat kosher, if they drive or walk on Shabbat, pretty much things like that.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting point of view. Which, by speaking of the different branches of Judaism, what you are implying is that there are many ways of being Jewish. There's some people in the world who are Orthodox, some are conservative, some are Reform, and there are variations. So finding yourself as a bat mitzvah also means finding your unique place in the Jewish world, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Yeah. Very good. Well, I particularly like the last paragraph that you wrote about in your Devar Torah. Would you mind reading it with us now? So the people who are not going to be at your bat mitzvah on Shabbos morning, they will get a chance to hear your advice to them.
Here's a clue. Don't look back. Don't be afraid. Go forth. Go find yourself and make the world a better place. Make a difference. Share it with all.
I like that very much. And I think that is maybe what we're all commanded to do at your age, is to set out on our life journey, to find ourselves as the unique individuals that we are, and within the context of the Jewish people, to find our own unique way of being Jewish, and to go out into the world and to make a difference. Well, I hope that you will read this week's Torah portion and come to your own conclusions. Shabbat Shalom.
أبا شمعون كن بعوني لا دعيتك عينني أبا شمعون كن بعوني لا دعيتك عينني لا دعيتك نصب الليل عينني بالباكري لا دعيتك نصب الليل عينني بالباكري لا دعيتك نصب الليل عينني بالباكري أبا شمعون كن بعوني لا دعيتك في زمان